And do keep in mind that when we play Talisman in my house, we do use a couple of house rules, such as when you get to the dragon at the end, you have to fight it. When you beat it, you can now open the coffer of eternal triumph, which is this box right here. And when you open it up, you find the final challenge waiting inside. Alright, so I'm just going to give you a quick little tour of one of my custom expansions for Talisman. It is based on Lolth the Spider Queen from D&D, as you can see. I like to use D&D miniatures to create my own custom Talisman expansion, so we're just going to run right through it here. First, the new adventure cards for this expansion. Excuse my horrible pronunciation of words. Alright, so let's just start right off the bat here. This is for the 5th edition. I did use a 4th edition template. So we got some drow cards. Strength 5, you are attacked by a drow from the Underdark. We got 4 of those in there. We've got the Servant of Lolth. This spider creature, who was once human, has attacked you. You may sacrifice one of your followers and flee, or face it in combat. We got 2 of those guys to put in the deck. We've got a Giant Spider, strength of 6. If you roll a 1, the spider takes a life and spins you up in a web sack, causing you to miss 1 turn. If another player happens to land on you in time, they may choose to cut you free, and so you wouldn't miss a turn then. Probably gonna be rare to happen, but it's an option. We got 4 of those giant spiders in the deck. We also have the Drider card. Strength 7, one of Lolth's Driders is hunting in the area. It must be defeated before it kills any more innocents. So, we've got 4 Driders to mix into your standard deck. And here's a new weapon. It is a magic object, the Silk Shatter, an ancient sword that adds 1 to your strength during battle and 3 to your strength when fighting arachnids. We've got a Drow Warrior. This drow is non-Lolth sworn and is actively questing to defeat Lolth. Gain 1 strength in physical combat and 2 strength against any Lolth sworn drow. So that would be a good follower to have in this expansion. And let's go ahead and take a look at the actual ending card that is Lolth the Spider Queen. So it says, the Crown of Command has been replaced by Lolth the Spider Queen. You must roll 1 die to determine her actions. If you roll a 1, Lolth turns each of your followers into spider creatures with a strength of 8 that must be defeated before facing off against her. That's pretty rough. And let's see, she does have a strength of 13, a craft of 13, and 4 lives. If you roll a 2, you swear loyalty to Lolth and may win the game by tracking down and eliminating all other players. You may move any direction. And the reason I included that, because in our household a lot, and of course you don't have to do this, but in our household a lot, we make it to where you have to move one direction the whole time. It makes you have to encounter things like dragons or demons on the board instead of just getting out of their way. Makes the game a little more difficult. I know that's not for everyone. We like a long Talisman game in my house. I understand that's not always the most popular thing. But anyway, so you can move any direction if you're playing by that house rule. If you roll a 3, Lolth transforms you into a spider creature, and you must wait by her side in order to defend her from other players. And if that happens to you, that's right, folks, you get turned into this thing right here, just like you saw on the card. So you'll get turned into that, and that will be what you are now. And when that happens to you, you put this card over your normal character card, and we'll take a look at that here in more detail in a second. So, if you roll a 4, Lolth spins you up in webbing and leaves you to die in the crags. Miss 5 turns. So that's pretty brutal. Sends you all the way back down to the outer region, and you miss 5 turns, giving other players a chance to get up to Lolth themselves. If you roll a 5, you can defeat Lolth in combat using strength. If you roll a 6, you can defeat Lolth in combat using craft. Now, if you lose in battle against Lolth, you may choose to attempt option 2. So if you die against her, you can automatically try to swear loyalty and win the game by tracking down all the other players. If you are defeated just once, you will be instantly devoured by Lolth, as she will no longer believe you are loyal. So, if you do choose option 2, in this scenario where you died fighting her, and you go to fight another player and they defeat you just that one time, you're done. That was your last chance. Game over for you, your character is dead. So that is the final boss of my expansion. And I don't know if I mentioned it already, but the name of this expansion I'm calling Talisman Spiderfall. That's the name of it. Oh yeah, now that's fancy. Alright, so that is our boss card. And let's go ahead and take a look at these two cards real quick since we've already mentioned them. So this I just made two of those in case it happens to two people. So this is the card that you get if you're playing, if she actually does turn you into one of her servants and you have to wait by her side and help her defend herself. You put it over your character card like that. And it says, you have become a servant of Lolth. Strength of 8. You have been transformed into a spider creature. You lose all objects and gold as Lolth devours your followers. You have become obsessed with Lolth, the Spider Queen. You will never leave her side, as she is now all you can think about. You will do whatever she says. You will die for her. You love her. ... So you probably don't want that to happen to you. That would be a weird way to possibly win the game or lose it. And then the last part of this little expansion here, and this is just kind of a small one. I'm actually working on some bigger ones. But the last part is the new playable character for the game, the drider. So we've got... here's a little miniature for the drider, of course. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's take a look at what he can do. First of all, starts with a strength of 4, a craft of 2, starts out in the caverns, 4 lives, 4 fates, 1 gold. Here's the drider's abilities. You may pick any option in the caverns instead of rolling, as you know them well. So that could be beneficial for moving around. When you attack another character, you may sap 1 strength from them as your own if you win the battle. So instead of taking a life or an object, you could actually take one of their strengths, making you a pretty scary character. You may choose to throw armor pieces at your enemies like ammunition. Add 1 strength per piece thrown to your attack roll. And the reason I have that in there is because that's something that I read that they do in D&D. You may choose to entangle an enemy character in web instead of fighting them, causing them to miss a turn. To do so, you must roll a 5 or a 6. And then the last one is, you worship Lolth the Spider Queen, and her servants will not attack you. If you encounter Lolth, you may not roll, and must complete option 2. So if you happen to be playing as this character, and in my house, we do the thing where you draw adventure cards, then you pick which one you want to be. So, you know, there's a chance nobody's playing as this character when we play it in my house. I know that some people just let anybody pick any character. In that case, you know what you're getting into. But if you end up as this character randomly and don't realize what you're up against when you get to this card, that does mean that if you are playing as this character, once you get to the ending and you confront Lolth, that you automatically swear your loyalty to Lolth, and you win the game by tracking down and killing all the other players. So, pretty interesting character to play as, you know. But yeah, that's my custom expansion for Talisman Spiderfall. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you don't like it, oh well.